You are now listening to the J Porks Experience. Listen free on iTunes or at theandydareshow.com. Now, here's Jay! Yo! Coming to you live from the sexless dungeon of horrors here in Staten Island, New York. Welcome yourselves to another action-packed edition of the J Porks Experience. La la la. I'm Jay Porks. With me as always on the other side of the glass, making sure this is a well-oiled podcast machine every week, the ever-popular Nobody. Gonna get to some things later on, and we're gonna get to some things now. That's usually how it works. We get to some things now, we get to some things later, and in between, we'll get to some things. This came out yesterday. Neil Young. I love Neil Young. So don't worry, this story doesn't end with me hating Neil Young. Neil Young, great songs. You know, I'm down with everything Neil Young does. He's the man. Love him. But he's boycotting Starbucks because Starbucks, there's this whole thing with GMOs, genetically modified organisms, and they put the things they're adding to food. And the FDA wants wants these companies that are adding GMOs to their food, they want them to list it on the package that they're adding stuff. Because, you know, it's there. You'd think that people would want to add it, but these companies, they don't want to add it there. So in what is this? USA Today. Yeah, fuck it. Rock legend Neil Young is urging his fans to boycott Starbucks over the coffee company's role in a lawsuit against Vermont over its requirement to label genetically modified ingredients in food. In a post on his website dated November 9th entitled Goodbye Starbucks, Young writes that the Seattle-based company has taken action, quote, to sue Vermont and stop accurate food labeling. Starbucks said Monday it is not aligned against Vermont on the GMO issue. The lawsuit referenced by Young was brought against Vermont by a group that includes the Grocery Manufacturers Association. The GMA compromises, quote, more than 300 food, beverage, and consumer product companies, according to its website. Quote, hiding behind the shadowy Grocery Manufacturers Association, Starbucks is supporting a lawsuit that's aiming to block a landmark law that requires genetically modified ingredients to be labeled. Young wrote, amazingly, it claims that the law is an assault on a corporation's right to free speech. Let's talk about GMOs for a second. You know when you go to the supermarket and you're in the produce section and you buy a tomato or you buy a plum, and you know how the plum is there and the tomato is there and it's not like rotten and gross? You know how the tomato makes it from the farm to the supermarket? Genetically modified ingredients. Yeah, we're using science to keep food fresh. That's what we're doing. The reason why, this is my opinion, not any company saying this. The reason why they don't want to put these ingredients on the label is because with the health craze of 2014, the gluten-free, the whole wheat everything, even me, I do it, you know, the counting calories, the reading the ingredients. Everyone who's conscious of what they put in their body picks up the food and reads the label. Whereas years ago, people didn't read the label. People didn't give a fuck. Unless you're allergic to something, you don't really care. You just read it, you just grab it, and you eat it. And you go. The reason why we're not getting tomatoes directly from the farm is because of genetically modified ingredients. There has been no scientific proof that says that if you eat things with genetically modified ingredients and that bad things will happen to you. Proof, because they've been doing this since the 70s. It's not like this isn't new. This isn't, oh, they came up with this in 2012. We're going to start injecting tomatoes. No, it's always been like that. Now, I'm not saying that people don't have a right to not want them in their food, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't want the shouldn't want to know what's inside what they're buying. If it's in your food, it should be labeled. I'm in agreement with Neil Young. Here's the problem. I like Starbucks. I like Starbucks coffee. I like the dark roast. I like Verona. I like Pike's Place. It's pretty good. I don't understand why every artist, and you know what you know how there's a lot of artists who like to take the stance of, whoa, we're gonna boycott this, we're gonna boycott that, just because they just listen, Neil, I love your music. I don't really care that you don't want me to go to. I'm sorry, I'm going to Starbucks. Starbucks, so I can steal a pocket full of Splenda, and so I can pay extra money for coffee that I can make at my house, and so I can meet some vegan hipsters. That's the whole point. It's seeing what crazy tattoos and piercings the barista has behind the coffee bar. This person got hired, but when I was 15 and I tried to get a job at Starbucks, they wouldn't. I went to the open house. There was like 50 people applying for the job, and I didn't get it because my answer to the question, I didn't have a good enough answer to the question. So what do you do on Earth Day? Because if you work for Starbucks, well, was 10 years ago. I'm not sure about now. Probably still holds. If you're a Starbucks employee, you have to volunteer once a year, one day a year for something involving the environment. Think about that statement for a second. You have to volunteer. Kind of takes the whole volunteer out of volunteering now, doesn't it? So there's a job I didn't get. Meanwhile, check out my Instagram feed. You see what cappuccinos I'm making. Starbucks is so mad they didn't hire me. What I was going to do today is I was going to pull up a list of all musicians and what are they boycotting. That's what I was going to do. I was going to see which musician is boycotting which company. And what's stupid about that? Well, I couldn't do that because I Googled musicians boycotting, and the first, I kid you not, 44 consecutive, besides the Neil Young thing that was first. Neil Young and Starbucks was first. The next 44 search results were musicians boycotting Israel and stuff about Israel. Could we talk about America? Listen, I ain't going to Israel. You don't have to boycott Israel. It's a fucking war zone. Why would you go there? Why would anybody go there? Anybody in the world. You don't have to boycott Israel to not go there. The heck would I go there for? They've been at war with each other since year zero. So, I mean, I'm just so sick. I'm not sick. I'm just a little annoyed when a musician tells me what food, what companies, what stores I should be going to, where I should be shopping. Like, Neil, open up your own coffee shop. Open up a coffee shop and try to not put genetically modified ingredients in your stuff. And let's see how good that tastes. Let's see how fresh that is. These are like the people that don't get vaccinated. That's exactly what this is. These are the parents that they don't give their kids vaccinations because they think that the American government created vaccinations to brainwash your kids into blindly following the lead of your American politicians years down the line. The people who don't get the flu shot. I didn't get a flu shot because I don't have health insurance. What's your excuse? It's crazy to me. Like, they've been vaccinating kids. They've been when kids get when a baby is born and the baby is no longer feeding from the mother's feeding tube, umbilical cord, whatever. when the baby leaves the mom's body, there are certain vaccinations that it needs to have in order to live a normal life. It's like, you ever see the meme, I drank water out of a hose when I was a kid and nothing ever happened to me? It's true. This whole everyone is so sensitive about everything. If you're not allergic to gluten, do not eat gluten-free stuff. If you're if you're somebody who, don't be a vegan because it's popular. Don't be a vegan because you just moved to Williamsburg and bought a bike. Don't be a vegan to impress the girl downstairs. I mean, seriously. It's this whole it's this whole kale society. That's what it is. It's people want to live on kale. And it's crazy. And I actually, my friend Linda, I mean, we have fun. My friend Linda from California, who's actually going to be back here in New York City in a couple of days. Um, we have fun because she tries to get me to have like cold brew and use what is the the not the Splenda, not Equal, not Sweet and Low. What is it? Stevia? Is that what it's called? The one that Walter White uses, the one from Breaking Bad. I don't want to spoil the ending if no one saw it, but that Lydia chick, the Stevia. I had a customer once tell me, you should do Stevia. It has a funky taste, but you'll get used to it. It has a funky taste. Why would I want to drink? Why would I want to have something that has a funky taste? So, I mean, Neil, you, you know what I'll do? Next time, next time I'm blasting Heart of Gold on my iPhone into my ears, I keep on searching for a heart of gold. Next time I'm doing that, I'll hit pause before I go into Starbucks and buy my coffee. Just for you, Neil, because I fucking love you. And you're the man, but I can't take musicians telling me what companies, what stores I should be going to, what should be on my shopping list. It's none of your fucking business. Oh man, here's something good. Got this from Enemy this morning. The new Music Express. Love when things come out of England. Steve Albini, Andy's boy, my boy, huge fan. I mean, we're all Dear Network. We're huge fans of Steve Albini and things he does. Famous for producing, not produced. I'm sorry. Wow, wow. I can't believe I made that mistake. Famous for recording Nirvana's In Utero, among others. Anyway, so Steve Albini was making the keynote speech at the Face the Music conference in Melbourne, Australia. I only know that because the Meat Puppets toured there last year. Saturday, November 15th. During the talk, as reported by The Guardian, the renowned producer and big black musician discussed a range of topics, including the advantages of the internet, the death of major labels, and copyright law. Near the end of his speech, Albini said, and if your little daughter does a kooky dance to a Prince song, don't bother putting it up on YouTube for her grandparents to see, or a purple dwarf and assless chaps will put an injunction on you. Did I offend the little guy? Fuck it. His music is poison. Yes. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. What's the big deal with Prince? I said this a couple of weeks ago. Who gives a fuck about Prince? Albini continued. Music has entered the environment as an atmospheric element, like the wind, and in that capacity should not be subject to control and compensation. Well, not unless the rights holders are willing to let me turn the tables on it. If you think my listening is worth something, okay then, so do I. Play a Phil Collins song while I'm grocery shopping? Pay me $20? Wait, what's it say? Play a Phil Collins song while I'm grocery shopping? Pay me $20. Def Leppard, make it 100. Miley Cyrus, they don't print money big enough. Albini also paid tribute to the late BBC radio DJ John Peel by saying he listened religiously to every single second he recorded he received every single record he received in the mail, devoting hours of every day to the task. John Peel was a great man. Meanwhile, Albini recently called online music the online music sharing the best thing since punk rock. Quote, the single best thing that has happened in my lifetime in music after punk rock is being able to share music globally for free. That's an incredible development, he said. Don't tell that to Trent Reznor and Taylor Swift. Sharing music for free, making people happy, these aren't things that musicians are into. And he's so right about Prince. Anybody who goes to a Prince concert, if you want to take some video or something like that, don't. And if you're going to take some video and upload it to YouTube, upload it onto a dummy account because he will have that shit taken down. Because he's a fucking asshole. Well, what am I going to call him? A purple dwarf in assless chaps. So to recap, when Steve Albini hears Phil Collins in the grocery store, he wants to be paid $20. And when he hears Def Leppard, he wants to be paid $100. And if he hears Miley Cyrus, they don't make money. They don't print money big enough. Which is crazy since all dollar bills are the same size, whether it's a $100 bill or a $1 bill. It's not like they use bigger paper. I get what he means. So cool. Steve Albini on Prince. So I guess Albini won't be recording Prince's next album. I'm going to assume that's not going to happen. And if it was going to happen, it would be in a bathroom in Minnesota. Doesn't Albini still have the studio in Minnesota? It's I can't pronounce the name. It's not coming to my head right now. Oh, Pachyderm, that's what it is. Pachyderm Studios. And I knew it was something that sounded familiar because that's on an episode of Seinfeld. They're telling a story, the Pachyderm story, where he's trying to juggle the pizzas. That's tough. We'll get to the headlines back after this.
Hey everybody, this is Andy from the Andy Dare Show. I just want to thank you for checking out the J Porks experience and all the fine broadcasting we offer here at Dare Network. Follow Jay at JPorks on Twitter. Check him out on the internet, jporks.com, and at Instagram, jporks. And if you want to check out my little podcast network, check out andydare.com and follow us on Twitter at Dare Network. That's DERER Network. Thanks again for listening. And back to the show.
And we're back. Just to reiterate, I am not against labeling food that has genetically modified ingredients in it. I'm not against that. I think that they should put it on the labels. I also think that people are allowed to choose whether they want to have these GMOs, GMIs in their body or not. People are allowed to choose what they want. What my problem is musicians telling me where to shop. That's my problem. What's next? I mean, I wish like a musician would tell me, don't go to Best Buy or something, because I fucking hate Best Buy. Every time I'm at Best Buy, it's like the worst possible experience in the world, and I'm sitting here wondering, why didn't I get this on Amazon? And then I'm thinking, how is Best Buy still in business? I mean, after you sell everyone a computer, they should be able to shop for things on that computer. No one in Best Buy knows what they're talking about. No one in the Best Buy... anywhere near me knows what I'm talking about. Maybe if I go to South Jersey, maybe my buddy Amanda could hook me up with a deal. But at this Best Buy, at Best Buys in my area, nothing's going on. So I wish Neil Young would tell me to boycott that. I can get behind that. Not something I got nothing to do with. Monsanto. I'm not smart enough to understand any of this stuff. I'm smart. I like Starbucks. I don't like Dunkin' Donuts. I like Starbucks. Man, could you imagine Dunkin' Donuts right now? Dunkin' Donuts is probably full of a bunch of folks wearing Neil Young and Crazy Horse t-shirts. Let me get that pumpkin spice latte. Fuck Monsanto. Or however you say it, Monsanto. I don't know. I never said I was smart, guys. Do not, I've said a lot of things. Me being smart was never, ever one of them. All right, well, now that I'm done with that, let's get to the list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business. This is a music podcast after all. First of all, there is always concertconfessions.com. It's where I was born and bred. And it's the only place you get your live music news and reviews for the fans, by the fans. Lots of stuff going on. Arch enemy and creator at the House of Blues in Hollywood. Powerman 5000 and American Head Charge in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That is the tour that's going on. Wayne Static was supposed to be on that tour, but he died. But they continued on, and you can check it out. We also have In This Moment, the Black Widow tour hit Illinois. The chick from In This Moment is hot. Just gonna put that out there. And we have Guar at the House of Blues. I told you about that. And the North of Hell tour featuring Atmosphere. Those are all on the scroll right now. Along with King Diamond at the Wiltern. Lots of The Camera Game at ConcertConfessions.com. These last couple of reviews, not mine. Everything after mine, solid. There's a Insane Clown Posse Shockfest review up here. You gotta see some of these pictures. It's fucking incredible. So ConcertConfessions.com. And when you're there, you can click all the Amazon ads and stuff and go buy stuff because you're gonna buy stuff anyway. You can go to Amazon and buy me some of the Be Real Funky Feel tips. The glass tips you roll into your when you're rolling your own cigarettes. I can use some of those. And a new plastic herb grinder or flour grinder. I need it for my kitchen stuff because I do a lot of cooking. So ConcertConfessions.com. Also, you can go to ChristinaRocks.com, Hang the DJ, 89xradio.com every Sunday morning, Throwback Thursday, only on Sunday. She's got the old school alternative. She's also got stuff on her website because, she writes news. Swerve Driver, announced a North American tour and they prep a new LP. U2, not on the Tonight Show this week. They were supposed to be. They're not because Bono fell off his bicycle. He can't ride his bike with no handlebars. And of course, she had the time. It's the Time Warp, 89xradio.com every Sunday morning. I was trying to give it a listen. I was busy with there was TV problems in my house because Fios TV is terrible. Fios TV is probably the worst thing that has ever come to television. They got good internet. Their internet is way better than Time Warner Cable, but Time Warner Cable's got this kind of like this monopoly going on New York City. But, slowly more places are getting fiber optics and people are getting Verizon Fios. Hopefully in a couple of years I could just buy the internet. I mean, I wouldn't need cable if I can just pay monthly for internet service, but they make you get it. I'm pretty sure it's like that everywhere in the country. Whatever cable company you have, I'm sure they make you get the cable with the internet, because if you just got the internet, you would never watch TV. So Christina was playing some Bob Mould, Elastica, Pulp in the 11 a.m. hour. Some New Order. Joy Division. A Mazzy Star song that's not Fade Into You. Stooges, Search and Destroy. Good times. Pixies, Hey. Love that song. Hey. Been trying to meet ya. Boom, 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 boom. And of course, you go to anyquiet.com. That's your source for quality, and all of the headlines every week, of course, are powered by Anyquiet. I love saying, I love it. Fun, fun, fun fest. I like this headline. Fun, fun, fun fest. Recap, 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 and photos, photos, photos. You know that's funny. And the excerpt. We had all three funds. I didn't notice that the headline was like that until just now. That's fucking hilarious. Our buddy Corey with that. The Decemberists have a new album and they have tour dates coming. And you can listen to a new song on Anyquiet. In-depth interview with Wayne Coyne. He confronts death, life, and the beauty of music. It's about how a near-death experience at Long John Silver's changed the Flaming Lips Wayne Coyne and what makes music and life such beautiful things. There's a new David Bowie track with Sue video. No, David Bowie strikes with a video for Sue and another new track. 'Tis a Pity She Was a Whore. And the Screaming Females have announced a new album called Rose Mountain. Screaming Females have a new album on the way and a new song with a creepy but boring music video. I am yet to see the video, but I don't doubt that it is not fun. Also, by the way, you're all fired for not telling me that Babes in Toyland were getting back together. You're all fired. Everybody, clean out your lockers. Clock out right now. Don't collect unemployment. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. You kidding me? Babes in Toyland getting back together? They've officially reunited. They announced a February 2015 gig at the Roxy. Fans of ear-punishing sludge rock had something to be excited about over the summer, as Babes in Toyland announced that they would be reuniting. That news became all the more real on Monday, when the band announced that their first reunion show, the Fontanelle-era lineup, featuring featuring Kat, Maureen, and Laurie, has been rehearsing, but no announcement of any shows came until Monday's news of their first show back together in 18 years will be at the Roxy in LA early 2015, February 12th to be exact. Kate Bejland. See, here's the thing about Kat. Kat, her name is spelled Bjelland. How the hell am I supposed to pronounce that? Belland. Lead singer says in a presser, "It was brought to my attention that not only do we have a lot of diehard fans from back in the day, but also a whole new generation of kids, my son Henry included, that were eager to see us live. I felt some kind of obligation for them to see us too. But mainly, I just missed my girls and the feeling that comes from playing with them. Visceral live therapy." And tickets will go on sale Friday, November 21st, for the show at the Roxy in LA. Hopefully, more dates to come. Hopefully, come to New York. Hopefully, I get some earplugs that'll help me get through that, because ear punishing is an understatement for Babes in Toyland. If there's nothing I like more, it's chicks with guitars that are pissed. Any chick can play guitar, Taylor Swift, but I need them to be angry. And I think Courtney Love originally played bass in Babes in Toyland. I believe that's the case. I know what you're thinking. The same thing I'm thinking. Courtney Love played bass. Yeah, me too. I agree. Also, oh man, this is totally off topic. But speaking of Courtney Love, I mentioned Nirvana to some table the other day. I mentioned Kurt Cobain, and this guy is like, this old guy. Got to be like 60. He's like, well, anyone married to Courtney Love, that's enough to just want to kill yourself. Um, don't pretend like you know what was going on. We're not in the same age bracket. You don't know anything about that band. So don't make assumptions. Please. Please do me a favor. Don't make assumptions. This is the same fan, this is the same guy who at the end of the baseball season we were watching the Yankees and he's like, "What? You don't want like the Dodgers?" Um I stopped following them when they left Brooklyn 50 fucking years ago. What are you kidding? You stay up till midnight watching Dodgers games every night? Do you have a life? I hate when the Yankees go on the West Coast. Good news, Jets were off this week, so they couldn't lose. And this week is Metallica week on Craig Ferguson before he loses his show because he's mad that he didn't get Letterman's show. He has Metallica on a week. They played Hit the Lights. I believe they played Hit the Lights. I'll look it up for you because I love you. Because I love the living fuck out of you. Yeah, Hit the Lights. The first song they ever recorded. So says Rolling Stone. And remember last year when we were celebrating the Nirvana Unplugged? We're doing it again. I told you we'd do it again. I promised you that we'd do it again. And we're doing it again. Nirvana recorded MTV Unplugged 21 years ago today. We're doing the 21st anniversary now. One of these websites, it was Delhi Radio. Like, what's your favorite song from the Unplugged? I don't know. They did 6 covers. They did 6 covers and 6 of their own. Right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I have that whole thing memorized, every breath of that memorized. Maybe I'll watch it before work later today. Oh, God. Work is really killing me. I hate to get into the server problems, but I will. I will. I've got something. So the other day, I've got this table. As you know, I can't pay the bills with gratitude and graciousness. So I wait tables for a living. It's a tough 15 hours a week. The 3 days really kill me. Oh man, so tough. But seriously, it's really easy. I can do it if they removed half my brain. So I have this big table, and I'm excited that I have this big table. There's 11 people, and it's a Tuesday. It's actually right last week after I was done with the podcast. I recorded, and then I went to work, and then this happened. So they reserve a table because it's somebody's birthday. They come in, they give me the cake. Say, can you put the cake in the fridge? Sure, I could, no problem. Tuesday is pasta night at where I work. Primo Pizza. I've got nothing to hide because I don't break rules. So come see me. Primo Pizza. Call my boss. Tell him I'm talking about him. Nice guy. He is a nice guy. Anyway. So the deal is you buy a pasta dish and you get one free and it comes with a salad. Which is good for you, bad for me. You have no idea how many times you'd be amazed at how many people come to dinner and I'm handing them bills on Tuesday night that are less than $20. It fucking kills me, man. So 11 people. 5 of these assholes get shrimp and crab meat over linguine, fried Diavolo, which is a spicy sauce. 3 of them want it not too spicy. So 2 of them want it spicy, fried Diavolo, and three of them want fried diavolo, but not so spicy. I watched the kitchen because they were my main table at the time. Everyone else I was kind of ignoring. I watched the chef. He had one big pan with the fried diavolo spicy, and he had one pan with the not so spicy fried diavolo. I bring it out. Two people sitting next to each other. One has it spicy, one has it not so spicy. They both say that their head is on fire, that they can't handle this. It's too spicy. Let's do a little translation. Fried diavolo. If you get seafood fried diavolo, it means spicy. Anything, if you get any kind of sauce, if you go to an Italian restaurant and you say, I want this, make it fried diavolo, that means spicy. Wanna know how I know? Because I googled fried diavolo and it means brother devil. So that means it's hot. Secondly, the two of you sitting next to each other, one of you has it not spicy. You can't tell me that they're the same because I watched how it went down, and it went down in two different pans. And three, I said, all right, I'll bring it to the back. We'll, I was gonna we'll add more marinara and loosen it up for you, and we'll make it not so spicy. She goes, no, you're gonna take it off the bill. I am. You're telling me what I'm gonna do. We're gonna take it off the bill, are we? Okay. 11 of you. First of all, props to you for taking your sister, brother, whoever it was, birthday. Props to you for taking them out on pasta night, where your bill's gonna be like $50 for 11 people. Good for you. You're a real baller. You want money bags. So not only did you told me you wanted something, then when you got it, see, I can't take it off the bill because there was no mistake made. Nobody made a mistake. That's what you ordered. You got it. You didn't like it. Sorry, you can order something else next time. Next time, order Alfredo sauce. Next time, order carbonara. Next time, order marinara. Next time, order linguine white clam sauce. Order anything besides the one that means brother devil in Spanish and or Italian. You have got to be kidding me. You're going to take it off the bill. And then after all that, oh, could you get the cake? Yeah, this isn't weird. Now that I hate you, you want me to sing happy birthday, you can suck my dick, okay? I'm just going to place my penis on the table, and you can put it in your mouth. Because I can give two fucks about you right now. Not a fuck was given. And I didn't take both pastas off the bill. I took one pasta off the bill. Because since there was 11 of them, they got 5 free pastas. 5! If I would have taken both pastas off the bill, then they would have had 9 total pastas, and they would have got 4 for free. I explained that to them. Of course, they were into it. Oh, it's not your fault. I can tell it's not my fault. By how you keep making me have to deal with you, I can tell it's not my fault. I can totally tell that. It's not my fault. You're not, good. Because you're making it seem like it's not my fault. Shut up, wrap it up, take it home, add some marinara, and fucking deal. Get a life. Not only that, could we have a carafe of wine? I said, the bottle's the same price. They said, yeah, but the carafe has more. A? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have more. Why would it be the same price as the bottle if it had more? B, I said, you want Cabernet, Merlot, Chianti, Pinot Noir. They said, whatever. Okay, whatever. So I fill a carafe with Chianti, and yes, one bottle, one carafe, full. It wasn't more than the bottle. Leave it on the table. They pour 5 glasses of wine. and they all say they don't like the wine. We don't like this. I'm like, all right. Take the wine and just dump it back in the carafe, and I'll take it to the back and I'll bring you more wine. Lady goes, you're not gonna wash the glasses? Well, no, I'm not gonna. Personally, no. Personally, I'm the waiter, and I'm making $3 an hour, and I'm not gonna wash anything for you. Secondly, you just cost me a whole bottle of wine that I have to toss out. You really care that you can't pour the wine back in the carafe? Wipe your glass off? This isn't like Manhattan where the waiter's wearing a tuxedo and he's got a fucking towel around his forearm and would you like to hear our specials today? No, it's not that. It's primo fucking pizza. If you don't like it, don't come back. But you can't not come back because you're so cheap that you have to come with 11 people and get 5 free pastas because you are a cheap fucking motherfucker. That's why. Thanks for your tip. That was exactly double the tax. But people, when you double the tax, that's fair. That's a fair tip. If you're an asshole to your server and you want him not to hate you, next time you should tip more than double the tax. People say I'm selfish, I'm greedy, I'm this, I'm that, I expect too much. No. I make fucking magic happen. Okay? Fuck that. 20 or it didn't happen. People are like, what are you going to do? What's your day job? My day job is looking for a better night job. Oh, what do you want to do with your life? You should take the city test. No, I'm saving up for school. That's just because saving up for school means I need money. Saving up for school, there's no answer to that. Except when the Republicans say, oh, Obama killed all the jobs. What are you going to do? Where are you going to work? Obama killed the country. Meanwhile, the stock market's the highest it's been since 2008. Gas is the lowest it's been in years. And the unemployment rate's the lowest it's been since 2008. Just saying. Guy Obama not doing such a bad job. And pot's being legalized everywhere. So, I'm down. Just don't, as long as you don't go take their guns away. It's fucking repubs. I swear. So, like, if you're a dickhead, don't go to pasta night. I want my regulars. That's what I want. All I need is my regulars. I don't need any bullshit parties. I don't need people telling me that their pasta that's named after the brother devil is too hot for them. Maybe you should have ordered something else. Your tip wasn't that good. Everyone thinks they tip good. Nobody tips good. All right. Out of gas. The car is stopping. The car's stalling out. Let's get to the list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business before I get up on out of here. ConcertConfessions.com for all your live music news and reviews for the fans by the fans. Boom, boom, boom. You will also go to theandydeershow.com for all your Deer Network podcast needs, whether that's the Tyler Cale Show, the flagship show, the Andy Deer Show, or the sultry caramel tones of the J. Parks Experience. I think I'm talking to Andy tomorrow. I think so. I may or may not end up on his podcast this week or next week. That's for you to find out. Also go to ChristinaRocks.com, hang the DJ, 89xradio.com every Sunday morning. She's giving you the old school alternative, rock it old school with the time warp. And of course, as they are every week, the headlines are powered by Annie Quiet. Till the next time I hit record, folks, whiskey, weed, and Warren Zevon. Late.
This has been the J. Parks Experience. Thank you so much for listening.